Alright, so today's deck tech is a modified version that comes from MTG content creator Sloth. This is Bant Control, and it's kind of a cool take on Bant Control that I haven't seen before. Typically, I have always been pretty hard on the Supreme Verdict side of things, but as this deck was originally intended for, I believe it was Alchemy, there were quite a lot of different choices that I generally wouldn't have made in this sort of deck. So I've kind of massaged it around a little bit for Historic, but this is largely an Alchemy deck, which brings a different feel than what I'm personally used to. So hope you guys enjoy this one. Let's hop into what the deck is doing here. As we are a control deck, you know that generally our plan is buying time until we can cast one of our sweepers in Supreme Verdict, Sunfall, or Farewell in order to flip the game in our favor. One cool thing that Sloth had done was run a bunch of temporary lockdowns, a enchantment that exiles things with CMC 2 or less until it leaves the battlefield. This is a pretty solid card. He was running it as a 3 of, but I decided to change that into Divine Purge here, as here in Historic. You do sometimes run into the Artifact Storm decks, and this is more of a Silver Bullet for there. Or that this buys you far more time than it does with a temporary lockdown. So that kind of covers the board wipes. We have a lot of other removal spells in terms of Fateful Absence, Destroy Evil, Deadly Riposte, and like kind of a lot of cool things there. And then we're kind of tying things together with things like Silver Scrutiny, Joint Exploration to draw cards, Memory Deluge. These are kind of the glue that hold the deck together. Some cool things are the Cosmic Rebirth plus Temporary Lockdown combo. And then we also can return things from the graveyard with Cosmic Rebirth. In this version of the deck, we're using this more of a reanimation tool as we don't have a lot of permanents. We don't have a lot of permanents under the 3 CMC limit. It's mostly Tranquil Frillback and Shigeki. And I guess technically Invasion if it's on 1. And so anyway, this is a pretty, Invasion will always be considered 0, so it's CMC 2. And so we have a lot of things that we can do with this deck. It is pretty cool from what I've seen so far. Obviously, we try to break parity with things like the Wandering Emperor and Tamiyo, our Planeswalker top end. And basically, we just need to kind of lock the game down until we are able to find a win. So, and then the other thing that I changed in this deck was the mana base. The deck list was originally running a lot of the check lands that check for 2 or more lands. I felt that in Historic, we're generally dealing with a lot of aggro decks, so we need to have our mana pips early, and we do have a lot of doubles that need to be hit. So we mainly just need to get double white, but having all of our colors available is still pretty important in the early game. So I just made sure that everything is either a untapped land with the expense of paying life or a check land that is checking for 2 or less. And then the other thing here that is good to note is that this is generally a deck that is trying to beat aggro, so we have a lot of things that are going to gain us incidental life, like with Deadly Riposte. I think, does Joint Exploration do it? No, it doesn't. The thing that I was thinking of was Faithful Mending. This is another one that gains you life. Wandering Emperors, -2 gains you life. A lot of things gain us life here, and these, also Cosmic Rebirth. And then Tranquil Frillback does have the gain 4 life option as well if we need it. So we're kind of hedged pretty well against aggro, and hopefully this will help us win a game or 2 against them. That is pretty much it. Generally, we have the option of getting out a bunch of Planeswalkers, making a bunch of tokens with things like Invasion of New Phyrexia. This is something that we can get back into our hand, hopefully. And generally we're just trying to control our opponent's board and then slowly amass creatures and kill them. So this is our take on Sloth Bant Control, now in Historic. Let's see how we can do with this one. Hope for some fun games today. Real quick before we hop into them, if you've been enjoying the content, drop a like, drop a subscribe. Those help me out a lot. All right, here we go. We're on to round 1. All right, round 1. Here we go. Double Emperor, but not having the mana to cast it is not ideal. Well, I can get a Shigeki out and then start using it to get more mana. I'll try it. Show the Yavimaya first. We can hide that we're on white. Shows blue. Okay, well, I will take 1 life, casting a Shigeki. Ooh, nice. Got a Sparas, that's good. And then I will just go ahead and pass turn. On their end step, we will try to get a thing going here. Pass through. And do they unsummon? Oh, that's perfect. So I can get rid of their borrower as well now. That's actually huge. So now borrower goes to the graveyard instead of the adventure zone. Great feeling to fizzle one of those adventure spells. So now I got Memory Deluge. I also have Wandering Emperor. Shigeki doesn't do as much. Joint Exploration, also not amazing. I think I'll just try to play out for a Wandering Emperor. We'll see if they play anything at the end of my turn. They decide not to. And if this is how we're going to play, I'm fine with just kind of chilling here doing my own thing. I can channel that. I can Joint Exploration with Kicker. Let's do that. Or I can just drop in a Emperor. Then on my next turn get another Emperor. Yeah, let's get something down now. This can eat a counterspell. Alright. Oh. Go to my turn. Alright, so we'll just hard cast Wandering Emperor. Go with the -1. Start to get some other permanents onto the board. And then now I think I'm going to start using these ways of getting lands. Oh, it's a Gadwick. That's cool. Don't see much of that anymore. Alright, give this thing first strike. See if they would like to take damage. Yep, makes sense. And so it's either a Shigeki, Joint Exploration, or Memory Deluge kind of play. They have tapped out. Maybe I should just go in with Memory Deluge, try to find some lands. Land and land. We'll put in the Razor Verge now, and we are feeling good. Gadwick doesn't kill Emperor yet. Does trade for my Samurai. I think I'm happy to make that trade. Oh, it's a Dream Trawler, so I probably want a Sunfall next turn. Which is just going to even out our boards. That sucks. Okay, so I can kill Gadwick. I can't kill Dream Trawler. Invasion is not a bad play. It's probably better later. I think I just have to Sunfall. Let's do that. Get a 3/3. They can pack the negation me if they want, but that would be dumb. Alright. So, opponent has successfully gotten us to clean up our own board. Jin Gitaxias. Okay, well, that's really difficult. So, how are we going to deal with this guy then? Can we deal with this guy? We have Joint and Deadly Riposte. So, if I want to ambush the Jin Gitaxias, if he attacks next turn, it's going to have to be all of my mana to do so, so I will attempt it. Yeah, this is going to be tough for us to deal with now. Jin Gitaxias is just a huge beater. So we can Joint into doing something else. If I were to channel, that does get around stuff. Artifact, instant, or sorcery spell. So planeswalkers are okay. I could get back a Wandering Emperor. I'm thinking that... Oh, I can't do it because it's legendary. Okay, that makes things a bit more hard then. I can use one of the Joint Explorations to get a Memory Deluge off. Or at least try to. Resolve. And then they probably have a counterspell for this. Seems like it. Alright, makes sense. He gets double counter. And they get to surveil. So I'm going to be really stuck under this stupid Jin-Jitaxis. Unfortunately, this doesn't destroy everything. He is himself not an artifact or anything that I can kill with Tranquil Frillback. What is going to happen here? I think if they're smart, they don't attack. Then I still have to deal with all this stuff the same sort of way with Joint and then Deadly Riposte. Alright, well, looks like I just got to pass. All of my opponent draws into more counter magic. Drawn from Dreams ×2. That is just brutal. Okay. Alright, and they got a whole hand here, probably of counter magic. So I think my next attempt to get Jin-Jitaxis House is not going to go well. Okay, so they have actually decided to do this, so I will attempt Joint Exploration. Counter the first one. Let's attempt to Deadly Riposte. This probably eats a counterspell. Crap. Okay, so then at this point I'll probably just transform this and not block. Invasion of New Phyrexia does not do enough here. It's a bummer that I can't get my Wandering Emperors back. If I shock this in, I can get a pretty big board set up for this invasion. At least battles aren't named on Jin-Jitaxis. The question is do they have a second Dovin's Veto? I suppose let's find out. We're going to just tap all the way out for this. For 6. Send it. Can they counter this? It looks like they can. That's a bummer. Yeah, they got the second Dovin's Veto. Crazy. Okay, well, we're not dead, but we're not alive either. So I don't really know what to do here. Teferi Time Raveler. Yeah, that just removes my blocker. Okay, well, I think we might just be dead soon. We'll give it one more draw phase. Yeah, and that's not going to quite do it, sadly. I can gain some life here. I will pay this twice. Alright, we'll just gain 4. Exile their graveyard. And okay, cool. So then that was our turn. Faithful Mending gets countered. Yeah, that's a bummer. Jin-Jitaxis really hurts. Guess that's just what happens, though. I mean, 7 drops are supposed to kind of turn the game in their favor, so it is what it is. So I'll just take 5 now, and then maybe try to kill Teferi. Maybe they have a way to deal with my throwback. Oh, it's just a Gadwith. Okay. Temporary lockdown. That never would have been good against me, so that's good. Well, I guess I'll just put some more creatures out. I can pay this only twice. Drawn from Dreams. Oh, they're going to tap my throwback. Oh, bummer. Sure. Double Drawn from Dreams is insane with Jin-Jitaxis. Oh my gosh. I think if I were to build this deck, I'd rather do Memory Deluge, because you can copy it when X equals, or when the amount of mana casted, or when the amount of mana spent to cast it is 7. That will be pretty strong. Okay, so I have, I think, a trigger with the Tranquil guy, or no, he's this one's still coming in. Okay, I remember now. Cool art on that card. So I will pay this once. Auto pay and then decline. We will gain the 4 life. Go back to 9. We are alive, and we can get Shigeki out. Alright. So, we do have a chump blocker for Jin-Gitaxias for this turn. Okay, it's dead. Okay, it's at least nice that we do get to draw a card off of this. We could find some sort of... Actually, if we draw our one of Supreme Verdict, then we are looking great.
I've got it.
That's probably our one out here, though. Well, actually, any one of the 5 or less CMC spells will work, assuming that they don't have a counterspell, but I know that they do. 100%. So I think my draw has to be Supreme Verdict here. We go to 1. And I will just go ahead and activate my clue here. And we gotta pray that one of these 2 draws is the card that we need. Let's see if we can find it. Cosmic Rebirth just draws me. And that is not enough. We're gonna take 5 in the air next turn. And so this is gonna have to be the one that does it. Ah, it's just a breeding pool. That's a bummer. Okay, well, mana value 3 or less. We can take back a Wandering Emperor, I suppose. Well, hold up. First of all, cancel this. I have to do 3, counter the Faithful Mending. Cosmic Rebirth, that's 6. And then I only have 4 mana to cast my, my Wanderer. So I think we are dead regardless, if I am understanding this correctly. Seems like it. We'll just go ahead and play it out, just because. We don't have any flying blockers that can tangle with the Dream Trawler, sadly. Let's just take this out as a 0 mana spell, or as a 0 mana X. And I assume they'll just counter this one. Man, they had so much there. Alright, well, we'll just go ahead and pass through our turn here and let our opponent swing. So this is our mono blue, or sorry, not mono blue. This is our Azorius Drago control. It's pretty strong. This is actually not necessarily Drago. A lot of these creatures are sorcery speed. But I think basically this one was lost purely to Jin-Gitaxias. You can only do so much against that card. It has to be removed with instant speed, and when your opponent has counter spells and mana up, well, you can't really do too much. Okay, so that was our round 1. Took the L, but let's go into round 2 and see if we can win. Here we go. Alright, got a round 2 here. 2 mana here. We have the Joint Exploration and Shigeki. That seemed to be an okay start last time, so I will try it once more. They show white, so maybe I shock in and do Shigeki first. I kind of want to see if I can have the 3 mana to Joint Exploration in another land, in case we hit 2 or draw another one or something. This thing transforms into a 4/4, so it's a 2 mana 4/4. Interesting. Well, let's just chill here and see if they decide to attack. This only happens on their end step, okay. So I'm thinking that Supreme Verdict is going to actually be strong here. This little white creature-based deck is going to have problems. So we will set a stop after blockers, choose blocker, and then activate Shigeki. Hopefully we do find a land here. We do find a couple of lands. Let's take a breeding pool, green and blue. We do have 2 sources of white, so yeah, that's fine. Alright, Wanderer into the graveyard, that is notable. Alright, we got another land here. Sadly, it cannot go in untapped, so we have to wait a turn for our other stuff. I can Joint Exploration on their turn with Kicker. Just see if we decide to draw a land. I think for the colors that we're playing, I'd rather just play Growth Spiral instead of Joint Exploration. But, you know, these are things that we can adjust in the deck down the line. They're Johnny's Pride Mate. Okay, so Supreme Verdict absolutely looking pretty good right now. I think for that reason, I'm just going to do my joint exploration now and then get ready to wipe the board. Huge. We find the hollowed fountain. And I have nothing that costs 1 mana, so I will just put the hollowed fountain in. That's going to come in tapped. And now I'm 1 mana off of the farewell. Does temporary lockdown hit everything here? Oh, it does. That's so beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to temporary lockdown them next turn and then play a Shigeki. Oh, so good. I love it. They do get to transform Lone Rider, but I'm not too sad about that. Gain life, sure. Alright, they transform. It's a 7/7. It will get locked down. Alright, cleared up the board. Here comes Shigeki again. And, alright, already this game is going a lot better than the last one. Mainly because our opponent is choosing to play a bunch of small creatures. And then another temporary lockdown can hit a Johnny's Welcome. Opponent's up to 25. I'll most likely just chump with Shigeki. As far as headquarters, this can go in tapped. And I have to figure out how I want to do this. If I had a way to remove my temporary lockdown, I could just give them all their things back and then Supreme Verdict. As it is, I am potentially going to run into the issue where they can remove it and then get a bunch of their stuff back, so I gotta watch out for that. Invasion of New Phyrexia can go off for 4 next turn. Can go off for 3 now. But I won't be able to get around the Voice of the Blessed yet. If they've just got 1 card in hand, why don't I just Supreme Verdict them now? If I hold on in Memory Deluge now, my following turn can be Shigeki, activate, and then Supreme Verdict. Okay, let's do that. Even if they make their voice turbo big, I can always farewell it. Fortunately, I can't exile enchantments, so that's kind of a pain point, but we'll work through it. That Voice of the Blessed is getting a little bigger. I'm going to take the 4 damage here. I just want to get a Memory Deluge off. This will help me figure out what I'm doing. I think I'm pretty happy to just take a Tameo here and then more mana. Go to my turn. So here, oh, I can get a Yavimaya out. So this is 7 mana. Well, I don't really need 7 mana, so I will just put the tapped breeding pool in. Then I'll block with Shigeki. Oh, I have to do Shigeki now. Yeah, if I want to cast Supreme Verdict as a sorcery. Alright, cool. So we'll do this. Get our Spara's headquarters. Lost a Divine Purge there, but it's okay. Alright, so we've wiped the board. Now next turn we get to put a Tameo out and potentially something else. Potentially 1 Shigeki. Tameo plays very well with Voice of the Blessed. Tameo goes in for that much. I'm going to just play a big invasion, I think. This is 3, 6. 6 seems pretty good. Alright, so we got a board. If we can flip that next turn, then Teferi is going to be useful for us. I think the emblem is going to be pretty strong. And then I can also shuffle their creature in, which would be nice. So they pass through. I think if they don't play another creature, I'll Tameo uptick to negate their voice and then attack down invasion. Okay. Alright, well we kind of were able to sneak our way around that one and end up with a win. Alright. That was our round 2. Let's move on to round 3. Alright, round 3. Here we go. We do have our Divine Purge this time and the mana to cast it. This is actually looking already really good. This is what we wanted to see. Alright, we got this Shockland followed up by 2 coasts. How about we show them the blue one first. Then I want to do joint exploration with kicker if I draw a land next turn. Yeah, it's pretty notable that if I was just running Growth Spiral, I would be up a land here. So definitely I'm going to swap the joint explorations out for some of those out here in the future. We do get 2 joint exploration kicker plus a Darkar Waste, so that's huge. Or joint exploration putting down a Darkar Wastes. Then that means we do have a Tamiyo coming out. We also have Divine Purge. Okay, Kiln Fiend. That's about to hurt. Let's see. Double Strike. Oh my god, it's a Teamer Battle Rage deck? Well, I don't really have anything to do there, so let's go ahead and do this. Am I okay paying a life to do this? I'm going to go to 19. And go down to like 5. Divine Purge is good. That does deal another damage to me, though. I can kill this thing with Deadly Riposte on my next turn, so maybe I don't want to land. I think I want just something to do. That works. Let's put this out tapped. And so yeah, we get hit for 10. Oh, we're dead. Never mind. Okay, well, it didn't matter at all. For some reason, I thought that this was going to be a 7-4, but I guess I was wrong. Okay. Well, that was a pretty quick game 3. Let's hop into round 4. I actually want to take a quick look at this deck. So Kiln Fiend as the one of here. So could I have done something about this? I could have definitely started to blanket next turn. And I think this is probably just a situation of get a Kiln Fiend out and then kill our opponent as fast as possible. I mean, this is a turn 3 win, which is relatively fast for Historic. I think that, yeah, if I survive the turn, I kill this thing with Deadly Riposte and then can Divine Purge even if I wanted to. Okay, so not feeling too bad about that one. The opponent was just faster. That was our round 3. Let's move on to round 4. Alright, here we go. This is our round 4. So this hand, I feel good about the Supreme Verdict. I have the mana to cast it. The Frillback is also nice. Yeah, okay. We are once again keeping this one. Holy Fountain coming in first. Then we got the Wastes and Coast coming up. Turn 3 play on Frillback, I'm thinking. Opponent shows white mana there named Chalice of the Void, which is only a little scary. We take a damage casting this. And unfortunately can't do anything, but we just cast a 3/3 for 3, so I don't feel too bad about that. Let's see if they can kill it here. This could be Jeskai Control. Oh my god, it's gonna get helixed. They must have a lightning helix. And a bridge the same. Okay, so that's fine. I think that we might end up not having a lot of stuff for Supreme Vert to do. And uh-oh, we're getting land screwed. Oh no, we're really getting land screwed. This isn't good. Well, it looks like our opponent's getting land screwed too, so this is not the worst thing. You have to discard. This is Molten Impact. Okay, so this is damage-based removal. That is good to know. So we'll want to keep Wandering Emperor. We'll want to have it. Ooh, I could also Tamiyo. I want to wait till they have a bit more things out of their hand. So what I'm going to do here is I will put this in tapped. I'm going to go ahead and cast Wandering Emperor. If this resolves, I'm holding full control and -1ing. So -1, make them 2 targets. So this will at least end up being a 2-for-1.
We must protect.
On my end, oh, they have their own Wandering Emperor. Well, look at you. So they get to attack here with their Wandering Emperor. That's annoying. I'm thinking that I probably just block here. I lose my creature. I can Sunfall at the very least. Wow, they got to carry. Oh, this just got really bad.
I'm known for my hurry.
My gosh, where did it all go wrong? And they have some sort of wizard loop going on with this, their Riptide Lab. Okay, so Teferi can tuck anything that I play, so I'm probably just down-ticking Wandering Emperor to make a blocker. I probably should have Supreme Verdicted first. That's okay. It might not be. I can incubate with Sunfall. That seems like not a good idea. I can Tameo. Tameo gets tucked though, which is sad. I can -3 get a frill back, and then +1 just exile, or sorry, if the tranquil frill back for 1 doesn't really do a whole lot. Life doesn't totally matter here. I'm not sure I feel very good about this. I can go down on Teferi with my creature. I'll do this. We'll pay it as is. I hope this is correct. And let's see if this resolves. That's good. So we're going to uptick here. Tap this creature. If I had 1 more mana, I could then Deadly Riposte it, which would be great.
You do not write this story.
Ah, right, this has Summoning Sickness. I just screwed myself. Okay. So Teferi probably tucks Tameo, if I had to guess. At least that's using some of his loyalty. They decided to go up with the Teferi, so they are looking for his ult. Maybe I go Tameo +1, get in for 2, and then destroy the board. Okay, so Seachrome +1. I might have to use Supreme Verdict here because if they get to untap with their things after countering my Sunfall, then I'm screwed. Plus, I can Deadly Riposte one of these creatures. Okay, so plus, do I need to kill their Wandering Emperor? That's a good question.
Strike fast and
I can kill it now. Oh god, but Teferi is also just always going to be a problem. I don't know what to do. Well, we're going to give this a try here. We'll think about giving this a try here. Opponent has the Reliquary Tower, which is interesting. I actually don't know what I want to do. Should I kill the Wandering Emperor, which can crank out tokens almost every other turn? Or should I try to kill Teferi? Well, my Wandering Emperor and their Wandering Emperor kind of just do the same thing at each other. There's Teferi, though. If I can't get through next turn, then it's going to just be bad. So I need to just keep Teferi in check. I take it that this attack doesn't get through, though. What's going to happen? March, okay. So, not much can be done about this. So, I think... yeah, it's probably just... well, if I riposte now... yeah, I can check for that. And then maybe I just Deluge on their end step. Try to burn a counter spell. Tameo can -7, which becomes huge. They probably, yeah, they just gotta tuck her. I can pull her out again with Memory Deluge. I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. A Helix, I will say that's fine.
See you later. Guards, to me.
Yeah, this is gonna be hard. So Memory Deluge, does this go? This goes through. I get a Tameo and a land. I have not that much to do here. I'm gonna just take the spell. Put this in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 3. Does not make sense to pay life there. Non-land permanent, you say. I can get the frill back. Wipe the board. And Tameo still can't be cast. If I had shocked my breeding pool, I could have Supreme Verdicted and then Tameo'd. That's sad. Sunfall Joint Exploration is an option. Can do this plus Joint Exploration then. Just cast this with Kicker. Do I want double Wandering Emperor? Sure. So now I have Tamio and Wandering Emperor again. Tamio paying life, tap something, kill it with Wandering
We've
Emperor.
got the edge in this fight.
No, it's gonna be make a creature with Emperor. One artifact or creature. It's a bummer though, that doesn't do much for me right now. Yeah, so pay this with Phyrexian. Yep, that's what I want to do. And we'll see if they want to do anything with Teferi. Tuck this again, maybe. Now I get to cast an Emperor on their end step. No, they're trying to do something on mine. They're gonna flash back Molten Impact. Oh, I see. Okay. That's fine. So we'll do that, and then I can get a Wandering Emperor out. Oh, they just Helix. Okay. So they're gonna Helix Tamio. Ooh, that means I get to kill Snapcaster. Okay, okay. And then I can tap their Wandering Emperor creature out. Okay. Or I can just kill it with Sunfall.
We need to move quickly.
If they have a counterspell, then I just feel silly.
Keep watch for intruders.
Alright, do you have it? Ooh, okay, okay.
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa, and I will protect my
Can we give it hexproof? Okay, they returned it to their owner's hand. So now they have Molten Impact. Okay, I see. Alright. They probably want to kill my Planeswalker now. Ashiok, okay. Well, I don't really use my graveyard that much.
I leave you one last nightmare.
I hope they kill Wandering Emperor. Okay, I can get a Shigeki out. This makes use of my Wanderer +1. Now this does trade for their creature. Just tap this stupid thing. And now Sunfall feels bad to play though. I'm gonna hold on to it. It's kind of just how it has to be. Snapcaster, you got it. Yep, there's Molten Impact. We had to decide where it goes. Yes, Wandering Emperor, please. No, they decided to do Tamio. Crap. Okay, well, I think I just have to let Wandering Emperor die, try to take a creature, and then play my replacement. Okay, we get milled again. That's what's gonna happen.
Your final terror is upon you.
Then Molten Impact, does that have 2 more damage to deal to anything? Yeah, they get to retarget that. So they can actually kill my other Wanderer Emperor. Wandering Emperor. So I have to hope that they do some sort of damage spell. Oh, they don't. Dang. Okay. Well, if this took Planeswalkers, I'd be a lot happier right now. What to do, what to do. I can Shigeki activate. Then Sunfall, but then I'm missing 1 mana to re-Shigeki. This is coming in tapped, so that's just a bummer. I can attack Fairy. Yeah, we don't have a lot of recourse in this deck for Planeswalkers, unfortunately. I think I'll probably just make this a more attractive kill.
Let your blade do the
And I
talk.
think I will attempt to go in with Shigeki and deal with their Wandering Emperor. I think they block here. Yep, it's a free kill at least. Or is it? Oh right, they can just loop Snapcaster with Riptide. That is a strong play, actually. Wow, I'm actually extremely impressed by that. Okay, so we just got burned there. They're going to be able to flash that thing in. I have more creatures here, so I feel okay. But this one seems like it's going to slip away here. Our opponent doesn't really have much of a way of killing us. I think it's going to be just a Fairy ult and then kill us with the Wandering Emperor. And they seem to have the stronger endgame out of the two of us.
Hold that thought.
I think if they get their Teferi ult, I'm just going to go ahead and concede. I don't think we come back from that. That thing gets bigger. I will just let the Wandering Emperor die. It blocks.
Until next time, then.
Please let me go to my turn here. Okay, sure.
You
Lots of bummer. Lost another memory deluge. This one's looking tough here. I think we might not be able to make this one. So here's Wandering Emperor at least. Do they have a counterspell? Alright. I think
Anyone
that
who harms
we
my
say
people
go
must
wide.
contend with me.
Like I have to swing into
We
Teferi.
must protect the people.
Cosmic Rebirth sadly doesn't do anything. Give something first strike.
Strike fast and strike hard.
Fortunately our board clears don't do a whole lot. So we can go ahead and swing at Emperor probably. Get a guaranteed kill on her. Finally. No, we have to do Teferi. The Teferi ult kills us. And, okay, they do have a Torrential Gearhulk, so I think that probably just gets us anyway. Yeah, so this kills the big guy, and then the rest of our stuff is dead. I think that this is probably about the time that we can concede. I don't think we come back here. Realistically, what can we do? We have... how many Tamios in the grave? One Tamio, there is another one, but we're down 3 Wandering Emperors, and those are kind of our main abilities to close with. Yeah, I think that we can probably just call this one done here. We gave it a try, but, you know, got the clock turned on us harder than we were able to turn it. Okay, so I think I'll just go ahead and concede here. We can go ahead and move on to the final round here. Let's do it. Alright, it's round 5. Let's see if we can do this deck some justice. Faithful Mending, Deadly Riposte. Let's try it. See if that's good enough to keep a hand on. They show red. Is it some sort of aggro deck? Wizards? Wizards or goblins? That's my guess. This looks like wizards. Okay. So we know what we need to do. Deadly Riposte is maybe not going to cut it. Faithful Mending on their end step. At least our incidental life gain will come in handy here. This is different. Triple Word Prowess. Okay. Double Prowess, actually. That's pretty cool. Discard Memory Deluge and Joint Exploration, but I could play this next turn. Ugh. I think the second Deadly Riposte is actually not going to be that useful, because once things are attacking, they're going to be bigger than 3 mana. They're 3 toughness. Okay, Joint Exploration can get us our 4th land in. Okay. Well, I wish that thing was tapped. So now I need a way to destroy this thing. Yikes. Alright, this is word 2 now, right? So yeah, I can't kill that. Alright, scry 2 draw, so we have to look for a board wipe. Wandering Emperor is not actually going to be able to do it. We get a land. We can put a Razor Verge out. Go to my turn. We got 5 mana. Fateful Absence now kills this thing. Ward 2. I guess I don't care about prowess. Oh, but you know what? I'd rather just do a Deadly Riposte. Okay, yeah, Deadly Riposte on this. Yes. We will pay Ward 2. Alright, cool. So we dealt with 2 of their turns. That's pretty nice. And their passing turn? Ooh, we love to see that. So I can either Silver Scrutiny or Wandering Emperor here. We'll see if they play anything. If they just seem to hold up removal, then I'm going to absolutely Silver Scrutiny. It could be that this is just their win condition of flipping their Spell Spear. It's definitely viable. That prowess is scary. Okay, so this is another thing that could happen, is a Electrostatic Infantry. If they tap out, I go Wandering Emperor. If they don't, I do Silver Scrutiny for 3. Looks like Silver Scrutiny for 3 it is. Take a damage. Okay, Tamiyo and Supreme Verdict, that's huge. So I have 5 mana now. Oh no, I have 6 this turn. Cool, so I can Wandering Emperor and Fateful Absence. Next turn I can Tamiyo Fateful Absence. Or Wandering Emperor Faithful Mending. Okay. So I'm going to see if I can get a kill on this Electrostatic Infantry. Wandering Emperor is going to be really good in this matchup. They're going to dedicate quite a lot of burn towards my face. I just have to make sure that the burn goes to the face and I heal through it while keeping my permanents alive. This is winnable. I just got to be smart. Faithful Mending represents 2 life. So they're sequencing a big turn, it seems like. I hope that it revolves around making Electrostatic Infantry big. Menace and sure. Okay. Not impacted yet. Okay. What's happening now? More creatures or more things? Okay. This gets bigger. Okay, and they're really just going for it here. This could be a Teamer Battle Rage play. Okay, so now that they've attacked, Wandering Emperor. I know they have instant speed removal, so I will hold full control here. Make sure to kill this thing. They are probably going to finish off the Wandering Emperor. Makes sense, that's okay. I still get to exile it.
See you later.
Alright, that was a multiple, that was like a 3-for-1. We love to see that. And then, so now I think I just cast a full price Tamiyo. Yeah, with everything. Then let's go ahead and Shigeki out, get a blocker in, and then we'll just start up ticking the Tamiyo. No, I do not want to do this. Submit 0. Okay. This might be where we turn the corner here. Wandering Emperor gives us some bodies on the board. I'm liking where we're going here. It'll take them 2 spells to remove the Tamiyo. That will be worth it. That's okay.
flesh makes you weak.
That's our whole play. Sweet. So we'll go ahead and plus on nothing. I think I just straight up past the Wandering Emperor, go plus. And we want to hover this thing around probably 4 and 5 CMC, not CMC, loyalty. Alright, so then I can Faithful Mending this next turn, but I want to keep everything that's here. I mean, Supreme Verdict can go away, but I'm kind of feeling okay with my hand here. Alright, so they deal 1 Lightning Strike. Do they have a second? Nope, I do get Heat Cameo. Nice. Uptick. Submit 0. Let's start getting some creatures here. That +1 on the Wandering Emperor last turn was the reason that it is still alive this turn, so that feels good. Okay, and so Joint Exploration. I'll probably just Faithful Mending at the end of this turn and do Joint plus... Oh wait, no, I can just Memory Deluge. That's even better. Alright, we'll do that. Choice has been made. Okay, Lightning Axe, sure. You may do that, and then I will Memory Deluge. Alright, this is ours to win here. I think I will probably take the Divine Purge. But anyway, our opponent decided that they didn't want it. Looks like we finally turned the corner here. It feels good. Anyway, that was our Bant control here with the Sloth Brew. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, quick reminder to drop a like and subscribe if you're new and want to see more historic content from me. I think that overall this was a pretty interesting deck. It was definitely a different style of gameplay, which is what I'm definitely after. I think that there were a lot of changes that I think I would, after the fact, think that I would want to make. So for example, the Joint Exploration, the Scry 2 is nice, but I kind of feel like the turn 2 play of being able to put out a Growth Spiral is a bit stronger than that. So I think that's at least one of the changes that I'd make to this deck. All in all, this was able to hold up and win some games in ranked, so I mean, there's definitely something there. I think this is definitely one that I would like to workshop going into the future. So keep an eye out for more Bant control in the future, and as of right now, that's all for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.